Hey, it's Spudnik and welcome back to another redstone video. 1.16 is here and it changed two main things, AFK fish farms and gold farms. I've already covered AFK fish farms, now let's do gold farms. So this design is very much inspired by Ilmango and Random G Gaming designs. That worked in earlier versions, and I'll put links to all of those stuff in the description if you want to see those old designs. This one makes use of those same kind of mechanics, but this is basically just the 1.16 version of those farms. So I have my friend down there, and if she just throws her trident at one of these guys, or a snowball, or any kind of projectile really, boom. So the zombie piglins spawn, charge at Yana, and then fall into these crushers and die the same way we used to with the minecart thing. First thing I should mention, this is a biome specific farm. You'll need to make it in the nether wastes biome. So you need to make sure that you're in that biome before you build it, because that is where zombie piglins spawn. So this produces gold and XP just like it used to. You can just AFK, get all the experience and gold that you need. So let's actually go into how to build this. So what you want to do is, first off, you need to find another waste biome. Make sure that it's big enough. This is a pretty big farm. You want to be somewhere in this nether waste biome where no matter which direction you build in, you're quite a ways from other biomes. The other biomes need to be at least like 35 blocks or so away from wherever you're standing as a center. And if you don't know how to tell the biome from the roof of the nether, if you open the F3 screen, it shows the biome right on that line right there. Then what you want to do is you want to get yourself a stack and 55 scaffolding. I'm just going to go into survival real quick. So you just want to start placing the scaffolding until you've placed all of it. One little trick is you can like climb in place at the same time. And we're want to be at the top of this, so you'll have to claim it eventually. You might as well climb in place at the same time. And there we go, I've placed the scaffolding. Now I just want to finish climbing up. You gotta climb all the way up the scaffolding, and I'll see it once you get there. So once you've placed all of your scaffolding, you want to climb to the top, and then you should be at Y level 247. As you can see, that's exactly where I am. So this is exactly where we want the center of our farm to be. So now what you're going to want to do is you want to take your leaves or your glass, whatever non-spawnable block you want to use. I'm going to use leaves because it's easier to find. And you're going to want to build out in each direction. The scaffolding is really tricky like this, so you might have to do a little thing like this. Just find a good way to build out. Just gonna create a little thing like this real quick, which make it easier for me. And then you want to build out 25 blocks from here exactly. So we can do the same trick that we did earlier. We can just give ourselves 25 blocks. Make sure we're holding exactly 25. And then we can go into survival. And then we can just place these until we run out. And there we go, that is exactly 25 blocks. We want to do that on all 3 sides, or all 4 sides, sorry. Alright, there we go. Now you're going to take your magma blocks next. And we're going to make our first ring right here at level 240. I just fell. So then you've got 25 going out on each and every side. And then what you want to do is you want to go, oh, I missed. I hate creative, it's so hard to control your player. What you want to do is you want to go to the end of every, each of these arms coming out of the center, and you want to replace this last block with a magma block. I'm going to do that to all 4 of these. What we're going to do now is we're going to make the rings. When building with these magma blocks, it gets to be a real pain. You start to take damage. I recommend getting Frostwalker boots or something. That'll make it easier. Or otherwise you'll have to hold sneak the entire time, and it'll just become a pain. But that's entirely up to you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to this block right here, and we're going to start placing these on the ring, and we're going to follow this pattern right here. 7, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 7. What on earth does that mean? That means we're gonna place blocks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the first number is 7. We're gonna come out 7 blocks from there. There's a total of 8 blocks here now. Alright? Then we're gonna come in 1 block like this. Break that. We're gonna go 1, 2. Then we're gonna come in 1 block and go 1, 2. We're gonna do this. We're gonna come in 1 block. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's our 4 2s. Now we're at the 1s. 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. And now this is where the tricky part is. Now we gotta put another 2 in. 1, 2, and it's facing this way instead of the other way. Now we put in the rest of the 2s. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now we've got 4 2s, and that means we are doing the 7. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And look at that. It lines up perfectly with this one. Isn't that nice? Now if it doesn't line up perfectly with that one, that means you messed up somewhere. And you probably did. Everybody does it. Especially when it's your first circle. First thing to check is to make sure that this is 7, well actually 8, counting that block over there, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Make sure it's following the pattern. If it is, you might have the lengths of these off, or one of them is wrong. Make sure that it is 25 blocks from this block right here to that block at the end right here. It might make it easier to alternate leaves, kind of like this. I mean, let me get another kind of leaf. Leaves. Let's get birch leaves. You can kind of alternate blocks back and forth between 2 different types of leaves, or 2 different types of glass for using glass. And it looks different enough that it makes it a lot easier to count. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 24, 25. And it might make it easier to just completely break all of it and put it back. But once you've got that fixed, then we're gonna do this on all of these sides. We're gonna do it again. 7. 5, 6, 7. Nice. There we go. We've got the whole thing, and it should look something like this. And we're already getting pigmen, which is good. So now what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna come up to this block right here, and we're gonna want to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a total of 6 magma blocks right here at the end of 24 leaves, 30 blocks in total, and we're gonna want to do that on all 4 sides. And now we have what looks like a giant target symbol, like crosshairs. We're gonna come to the end of one of these, and we're gonna follow this pattern now. 7, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 7. Basically the same as we did before, but with different numbers. So we're going to start with this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, there should be 8 right here. It should be the exact same length as this one is. See how that works? And we're going to come in 1 block. Break that one. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 this time. Then we're going to come in 1 block. Whoops. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm great at this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to come in again. And we're going to go 1, 2. And we're going to come in again. We're going to go 1, 2. 1, 2. Following this pattern. Just like we did with this one. Only the numbers are slightly different now. 4, 5. And again with this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, I did the wrong number of 2s. Glad I caught that. That would cause me a lot of grief later on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should end up right. Well, I did something wrong. I did do something wrong. I put too many blocks right there. Be sure you don't do that either, I guess. Never done that one before, but there's a lot of different ways to mess up here. And honestly, don't be too worried about getting the circle exactly right. I don't think it'll hurt your rates all that much if it's slightly off. It already produces way more golden experience than you're probably ever gonna need, so there's that. Anyway, we gotta do this same pattern now around these other 4 sides, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. 5, 6, 7. Nice. Now we got something like this, and now comes the slightly more boring task I missed again. I'm so great at creative mode. Anyway, what we want to do is we want to fill in all of this empty space with magma. And again, this is going to be incredibly annoying if you don't have Frostwalker, so I would recommend getting that in your boots if possible. I'm just going to fill in all of this, and I will see you once I've done that. And now we have the first layer of our giant donut. But now we need to build 2 more of these. Also, these are pain even in creative mode. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to come up 3 blocks. We're going to break these 2 so that things that are 2 blocks high can still spawn right here. Of course, the only things that can spawn on Magma Blocks are piglins or zombie piglins and gas. Normal piglins can't spawn here. That's the whole reason why we're using Magma Blocks specifically. Now that we're here, we can follow the same pattern again. 7, 2, 2, or we could just follow this and build it like this, following the same contours of this circle, and the same for the outside. That is basically what we want to do. In survival mode, this is the easiest way. In creative mode, the easiest way is to actually get the coordinates of the 2 corners and clone it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see you after I've done that, and after you've built all of that by hand. Alright, there we go. Now, oh, we don't actually need this. Yeah, I guess the clone command is not perfect. Then what we're going to do is you're going to do that same thing again, making it 3rd layer, so then you will have 3 layers. Alright, now once you've got 3 layers of your donut, we're gonna come up 3 more blocks. Now you better hope that you did not build this at level 248 or higher, because this is actually the last block we're allowed to build on. Now we're at 256 blocks. Also, when did they change that message to being red? Wasn't it white in 1.15? I don't remember. Anyway, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow the contours of this in leaf blocks or glass. If you really want to waste a bunch of glass on this. We're gonna go all the way around this circle, like so. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing but on the outside. We're gonna follow this pattern now, out and around with leaf blocks. And there we go. Now we've got these here, and now gas will stop spawning on us, and we can finally breathe. Whew. Now what we want to do is we want to come over here to the sides, corners. Can't be corners on a circle, can there? We want to come on this bottom layer. We want to come over to this corner so that we're like diagonally from the center there. I want to go, let's see, this will be the exact diagonal right here, this block, right? We want to come out from this block, and we want to go 1, 2, 3 blocks out, kind of like that. Then we're going to push a piglin zombie, I guess you have to call them now, over here onto this block and break all of these. Again, this doesn't have to be leaves. This is gonna be like glass if you want. I wouldn't recommend using a solid block. I don't think it'll matter though. I'm not 100% sure how that affects things. I'm not like an expert or anything. These ignore these. These are for cloning. Now we need to name this piglin. You can name him whatever you want, as long as it's true. Then you want to come and do these on all the sides. What they're gonna do is they're gonna be mad at you, and then they're not gonna despawn because they're named. So they'll remember that they're mad at you, and they'll tell the other guys, "Hey, go charge at that guy over there." They're also not gonna die because they can't get over there to attack you. Next up, we want to make these paths a little bit bigger, just because if they're only one wide, piglins are going to shove each other off trying to attack you. And there we go. We have a donut. Now we want to break this top scaffolding right here. We don't need it anymore. This block right here is where we're going to stand when these guys come and kill themselves, so that we can get their XP and their gold. Now, one thing I would recommend is coming down a few levels and then just like maybe a little bit farther than that, just building a platform out of scaffolding. That'll make things easier. This is really just to make things easier for you though. Oh, hey. This bug has not been fixed in 1.16. Really? So now we should have a little thing that looks kind of like this. You're going to need some blocks and some slabs and some stairs. I'm going to use diorite because they stand out really well in the darkness of the nether. Basically, you want to just come to each of these and put one on the corners of each these walkways. Kind of come over here, do it like this. Like this, there we go. Now we're going to put stairs right here in the middle ones, not directly in between the slabs. One block out, just like that. And this is actually how the piglins will attack you. They'll charge here and then they'll fall right there. Alright, now we want to build these up as kind of like walls, but we want to keep them as slabs. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do something like this. Don't build straight off of this one, because then when you go to break that, it'll break both of them. You want to kind of maneuver things around, but you want a little gap right here. This gap is especially important because this is what you will be looking through to see the piglins. More specifically, what the piglins will be looking through to see you. You will throw your snowballs or trident or shoot an arrow, whatever, through here. Alright, there we go. Now what we want to do is keep the piglins from jumping up here and then attacking you. So we're going to build this up one block higher. Nope, there we go. We do want to be making sure that we're using bottom slabs for all of this. We're not using the top slab once. This is all bottom slabs. We don't want something to spawn on top and then try to eat our face. That would not be fun. And again, be sure to leave gaps right here. Whoops, I just broke those stairs. But we want gaps right here so that they will walk in and then fall. Alright, now we're going to work on the falling mechanism. This is where we're going to come down here. We're just going to place blocks here, right where they're supposed to fall. These are our stairs. They're supposed to fall on this block. We're going to place the block right here for now, but this is temporary. We're just going to place the block like that. Now we're going to get our hoppers. We're going to place our hoppers here, facing down. Whoa, scary noises. Okay, now to make things easier, I would recommend punching out these leaves here in the middle. We don't really need them. Alright, we're going to break these leaves as well. So essentially what our piglins are going to be doing now is they're going to be jumping in here and then falling and dying right here. Now we want to surround these blocks on these three sides, like that. We're probably also going to want to remove that for now. And then we're going to break this. We're going to do that for all of these. Now we will be putting these blocks back. What we really want is we really actually want a block here, but what we want here is a hopper minecart inside of this block. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some rails, and we're going to place that rail down on top of the hopper. We're going to have to shift or just click on the side of that block. Then we're going to get our hopper minecart and put it on there. And then we want to break the rails, and this is always really tricky to do that without breaking the hopper minecart. Do that all the way around. Break, break, break. And then put a block on each of these like this. Oop, no. Like this. Alright, now we're going to push each of these blocks straight into those mine carts. We're going to do that with a piston. And now we're going to need a redstone torch or a redstone block or something. Just push. Nope, gotta just power that and push that in. Now our hopper minecart is inside of that block. It's kind of hard to see. It's easier to see on these two angles. You can see it is glitched inside of that block. This is a common trick that a lot of people use to kind of glitch hopper minecarts into blocks. And the reason we do this is just to get a full block there. It just makes things easier. It just makes it easier to pick up the items. If anything lands here, it'll get sucked into that hopper minecart and then come out of this hopper down here. Nice. Let's just do this one real quick. What we want to do now is we want a way to kill the pigmen when they come in. We're going to put a rail here, and then we're just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 minecarts on top of that rail. That's a lot more difficult in survival though because minecarts don't stack. It's always fun to try and do this. Why 24? That is because in Minecraft 25 causes entity cramming, so when the pigman walks in, that'll be the 25th entity, and yeah, it won't be fun for the pigman. We're gonna break this rail now, so they'll just sit there, and then let's, boom, put the block right there. And then we'll go ahead and do that on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I said that wrong. We don't want these here. We do not want those there at all. No, we want top slabs right there. That could have caused us a few issues later on. We want top slabs, not full blocks. And you might want to put another slab on top of those to keep stuff from spawning there, also to keep piglins from jumping over here. Now that would be too high for them to jump. I personally like to put another block here with slabs on top. But that's just me. I think it looks nicer. You don't have to do that. It might be easier to tell what's going on if you don't. We're going to come here and put this scaffolding back so that we are right here. This scaffolding should be 1 block below the leaves so that when we look out we can clearly see all of our piglins just chilling out there, just waiting for us to turn them into gold and XP. Now you're going to come down here and we're going to keep our XP from falling in down here. We're going to just put some bottom slabs right there and right there. And there we go. Now we have a fully functioning gold farm. 2 things I want to say real quick. These stairs over here, you might have noticed when I was doing the intro, and that is actually the first time that I noticed, piglins sometimes get stuck right here. We can fix that by just putting stairs facing this way and this way. That fixes it, just like this. It will no longer get stuck in those corners. That'll help them get in there faster. They'll die faster. Also, you might have noticed the one that I used in the intro had leaves over here on the edges. This is optional, but I think that it will save you a few extra drops. If you have a platform down there, like right here, you do not want them to fall in here. So just make sure that whatever blocks are down there are covered by leaves up here. You could cover in this entire thing with leaves if you want, and in fact if you did, I think that would make it ever so slightly more efficient, but that is totally optional, and I think it will only make a marginal difference anyway. Just make sure that there's no way that they can hop down from here down here and then kill you from down here. That would be a bad day. And one last thing, storage system. I'm not going to cover how to do the storage system in this video. I do have another video on storage systems that are fully resettable and fully programmable and all of that. I might not recommend that particular design for this one because that design that I did does not have overflow protection, which is something that is probably pretty critical for this farm in the long run, because you might, well, be overflowing this. But there's a link to that video on the iCard on the top right of the screen if you're interested. I would recommend just the standard Impulse SV one, I think, and then just dump any excess stuff like sword and stuff into lava, or you can smelt that to get even more gold if you really need more gold and you want to waste fuel on this. But I digress. Basically, the one thing I will tell you, don't hook all of these hoppers up to the same chain. I have made this mistake before. Don't do something like this. Alright, don't do something like this where all of the hoppers eventually feed into the same hopper in the chest. You will, that will not be enough to keep up with all of the drops. Alright, you need them to funnel 4 separate ways, and you go into, I would say, 4 different sorting systems. That is the safest way to do this. You will end up with so many items on the ground that are not getting picked up because it's all backed up and full. So that is just a heads up there, but this is it. Now we can just stand here, get some snowballs, go into game mode survival, make a pigman angry. Hello. Oh, come on, how far away are you? Oh, now I'm breaking in on that. Oh, that's the one guy on the corner, isn't it? I don't want to... Okay. Yeah, one thing about this farm, it requires you being able to throw a snowball. There we go. Now they're mad at me. Now they're coming. These guys should be angry pretty soon. There we go. Okay, so maybe I messed up there. I'm gonna do a cool trick real quick. If you're in creative, you can just walk down to here, then go back up, and it'll be fine. I think that doesn't work in survival. Oh. Hi. Yeah, so we can prevent that happening from putting more leaves around the edges here. I don't see a need to. Only one of them fell that whole time. Okay, yes, so remember how I said that these blocks are not necessary? The ones that I put right here? Turns out they actually are necessary. Put them there. There we go. That's what it needs to look like at the end. So because I did that, we got a bunch of pigmen down here. Let's just fix this. Okay, there we go. Now we should be good. Let's go back into survival. Hopefully this works. There we go. Now they're not now they're not getting over to where I am. Just gonna turn my sound off. But yeah, this will kill them super fast. Look how quickly I'm getting XP right now. I'm getting like a constant flow of XP. This is great. I'm getting tons of gold that I can use for piglin bartering or whatever I want. Awesome. So there you go. 1.16 gold farm. Works perfectly. All the piglins will end up in there. They will die. They will give you your they give you their XP. They will give you their gold, and you can use that for enchanting and stuff. I used to feel bad about doing this to pigmen because pigmen were my favorite mob in the game, but now they're gone because the piglins have replaced them, and I feel no remorse destroying as many piglins as possible. So please, farm as many piglins as you can. Build this farm in your world, get infinite XP, infinite gold, both of which are great to have. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do that and become a member of the Spudnik pack. And if you thought the video was worth a like, that would mean the world to me. But I'll see y'all in the next video. God bless.